HSEL first match for the Crusaders versus Intech Esports. With with me, I have the Crusaders. Introduce yourselves.
Hi everybody, I'm going to start because my name is Stephen Carter. Some of you know me as Stevie Carter. I go by Jadex here on Rainbow. I have my team here with me today. We are starting about a half hour early. We get the stream underway, get it up and running. Today I have 4 members with me, and I'm going to let them just go down the line. First, I have Cameron Hope.
Hey, I go by Cam Chef 69, I think, or 79.
79. Know your own handle.
Wow.
And I have Anthony. Anthony, introduce yourself.
All right,
Anthony.
Hi. Roll call.
Roll call. No. My name is Anthony. I go by Argon on this.
All right.
And then we have Matthew Montiero.
Hi, I'm Matt, and I go by Rebel Trooper 4690.
And finally, we have Joey Laguerre.
Hey, my name is Joey, and I prefer to call JoJo Deadshot.
So just to prevent any confusion, I am also known as Pokedex SJC here on PSN, but I don't go by that due to the fact that I desperately want to change my name. But regardless, that is irrelevant. Just so you're aware for streaming, we will be going up against Intech today, who's currently not with us yet. They'll hopefully join us in a few moments. We'll get the stream up and running. We're really excited for the match. We've been practicing hard. We've been getting going, but I'm going to hand this over to Bridget at this point because she is your commentator today.
Yes, I am. Thank you, Jadex. All right. So, for the time being, unfortunately, I do not have a lot of information on Intech Esports, but what I do know is that currently ranked for the standings is Intech Esports is slightly above the Crusaders. Hopefully not by much. But this being their very first match, it is going to be quite an interesting one. They have...
So, Matt. Bridget, just a little bit of information that I found out is that we have a little bit of a different setup for what we thought it was. Intech is still, from my understanding, a very good team. They're definitely a high seed position, but this is actually their team's first HSEL match. They've never been in HSEL before, but they have been a team in previous endeavors.
Yes, which is good information. Thank you, Jadex. And alright, so while we are waiting to get everything set, currently Jadex is speaking with the team captain for Intech, and they are going to do their map banning phase, or map veto, which normally is done on screen for everybody to see, but because we are not in the absolute I know. Because we are not in the absolute pro league. Because we're not in the absolute pro league, and I do not actually work for HSEL, which would be fantastic. We do not have access to those types of screens, but that is okay. So we will be doing a verbal as a way to try and, I guess, save your electricity.
So we have about 20 minutes until the match starts. We're talking with Intech right now. I'm in the process with their team captain, who's known as Lucid. Lucid is currently map vetoing with me. It looks like we're going to be Team 1 and they're going to be Team 2, but they have not decided who's it's 2 matches home away. It has not been decided who's going first yet. for which
Hey,
side,
we're
attack
making
versus
you
defense.
Yeah. So it could actually work in your favor, because if we are Team 1, normally Team 1 is the one who gets to choose which map gets to be played first. Yeah.
Thank you.
And so, with that in mind, with the Crusaders being Team 1, it should benefit them with being able to play on whatever match, or whatever map they would like to, whichever one they are more comfortable with for the very first match. Which also leaves room for Intech to pull the second map, which could be very well either be their most comfortable map, or if the Crusaders have already taken their most comfortable map, they'll go with their second, or maybe they'll go with their worst and just try it. You never know. Everybody has a mind of their own. And hopefully, all will go well. So are there any... Yeah. Yeah.
All is well that ends well.
Yes.
That's how I like to put it.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to the match. This is, as Bridget mentioned earlier, this is also our first match. So this is two teams that haven't played in HSEL before, but have played in other endeavors, going up against each other. I don't have much experience. I know that Intech has a lot of different teams, where the Crusaders have a Rainbow team, a CSGO, and a Smash team, but basically, other than that, the Rainbow, we've been the primary team. We've been putting in a ton of work. We've just been going non-stop, countless hours, and we're really excited. We've been training really hard for this, and we're ready. We're ready, and we're looking forward to the match tonight. Win or lose, this is a fun experience.
Alright, so this is practice?
This is preseason, yes. So for everyone who's on the stream who might not be knowing, this is preseason. So the result of this match does not affect us yet. We still have to record it, but it doesn't go into our actual season seeding positions.
Okay, good.
This is more just for like, hey, we have basically 2 weeks, so that there's one match, or I guess it's 2 matches, but it's really one team you're playing against every week. So every Tuesday we'll be playing a match, and for the first 2 weeks it's just preseason. So our first 2 matches are basically warm-ups. So you could consider this an off-season match.
Yes.
Stevie, can you send me that link in private? And just the link.
I know, because I don't have that. Not at the moment. Give me 1 sec.
I have you.
Also, Anthony, you could just Google the name of our team. Like, it's streaming right now.
I don't know what to do.
CCT R6 Esports.
I apologize for all of the wrinkles, everybody.
CCT R6.
Just write it down.
I really do apologize for all the wrinkles. Unfortunately, we did not get much time in the ways of fixing this kind of thing. Alright, we're gonna get copyright strikes.
Bridget, I do have an update regarding the map veto at the moment. The first map banned of the season, banned by us, the Crusaders, will be Border.
Now, Border is an interesting one. I do know that, personally, the Crusaders are not very comfortable with that map, which is to be expected, because it takes a lot of time for that kind of map, for that kind of... Border is a very close counter, but at the same time, it is very far distance, depending on which point you're on and which point you're defending. So I do know that that is one of also the very high banned maps. Not as banned as, say, Coastline or Oregon. But
Well, here's the thing with that. With the long range and the close range engagements, it's very hard to pick an effective operator. So it just gets very complex in how you play it. You can't really play slow, or the enemy team will rush you, and you can't really play fast, or you'll run into one of them and either get yourself by surprise or you'll catch them by surprise. You could have a trade-off. It doesn't really work very well with us. We don't.
Can anyone on my team buy me kills?
Yes, I can buy you.
How much?
Because that's totally how HSEL works.
Yes, I
Yeah,
will
yeah,
buy
in
you,
Rainbow, you buy your way to victory, man.
All the way.
Yeah, but no, I gotta say, Border has never been one of our strongest maps. We feel really good about most of the other maps. Matt, please, thank you. We feel really good about most of the other maps, but Border, we
Yeah.
can't get that one down. So that is a very common ban for us.
And you know, if you guys work on it, it may be something that you guys may be able to, yeah, down the road, summer season, fall season, maybe even spring season next year. But all in all, it's been banned, and you do not have to worry about it. Very good on your part. Is there any way we can possibly get Lucid in this party chat, possibly as an interview?
I'm working on it, but we're still in the map veto process, so until that point, no. Lucid is the other team captain. They have 13 minutes before the match starts. They will need to, I'm guessing they're probably getting their team on and ready as we speak. I'd say at 4:55, it'd probably be a good idea, Bridget, to make the server.
Yes.
We'll be in it, and if hopefully they'll be in. We'll have a 25-minute period to join the game.
Now, is this the stream that's the game's gonna be streaming on, or no?
Yes.
Yes,
It
but
is
we
being
will. So
streamed
the way
right
it
now.
works, is Bridget will be alone when the game starts. We have to deliberately leave the party. We cannot be in this party while.
Well,
playing.
no, I'm going to
So
leave the
we don't
party.
rotate.
I am going to leave the party. You guys are going to stay.
Oh no, I figured
No,
you'd stay because this is private and it's already. This is the party I've registered. So.
Oh, well, I don't
can't
have to stay on a...
change that.
Well, no.
Yeah, no.
I don't
we
have
will
to...
change. Don't worry about that.
What I was going to say is I don't have to be in a party for my voice to be recorded. You
Yes,
know
I
this.
but, yeah, no, I'm aware, but don't be in the game chat because I don't understand. I don't personally know. I think teams can hear spectators. So.
Yeah, that does make sense.
That's why I want you in a
Yeah.
private party.
Yeah, no,
like,
that does make
excluded
sense.
from everyone else.
Well, then what if Bridget just leaves this party and creates her own party by herself?
Nope, this is the registered party, Cam.
Stevie, you're not listening to what I'm saying. We stay in this party since it's the registered party.
Yeah, this is the registered party for the spectator.
Right.
She can't leave.
For the spectator.
Yes.
Oh. Okay, well then we'll leave and set up another party.
That's exactly...
Oh my god,
Cam,
technical
for
difficulties.
God's
God,
sakes. Hang on,
God,
can take
Technical
5.
difficulties inbound.
can I get a cut?
That was embarrassing. You
I
get
know,
it.
I
no,
gotta
I
mute myself.
thought-
Bridget, hey, everyone. Bridget, I'm gonna cut out my mic for a sec.
All right. Well,
That flurry of activity, let's keep going.
wow, and it's shocking. All of the reverb is gone.
I wonder.
It's because of that stupid Turtle Beach. He doesn't, Turtle Beach is a very good,
Understand the reverb of his Turtle Beach headphones.
it's a very good
All Turtle
headset.
Beaches.
Well, but that's not what I've heard, because Stevie also says that he has another Turtle Beach headset that works even better, and it's a older model.
Yeah, well, what had happened was every single time they released a headset, they increase the sensitivity on the microphone.
Yeah,
Currently
true.
speaking, I am running on a headset that is literally from out of the country. The company is, I want to say Arabic, but I can't read the language that it's in. So.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, well, here's the thing with that. They've all been set at, this headset that I'm running right now is...
Nope. Alright, guys, don't join that. I just accidentally did the wrong thing.
Don't join it? Okay, I joined it.
I already did it. I already did
I
it.
accidentally made it as a player. Alright, nope, we're good. I backed out of it. Unfortunately, I accidentally made it as a spectator or not a spectator, as a player, out of habit.
Press X on it.
That's funny though.
Yeah, but
Alright, we have to
my
wait 5
headset
minutes.
Right now, when buying it off of Amazon, it's right now it's 20 bucks plus shipping. It's actually really good quality. The actual cable for it is, I want to say, approximately 6 feet long, and it's braided.
Oh, jeez.
So it's very resistant to breakage.
You know, I'm using a $12 pair of earbuds. And right now, I want to... No, honestly, like, I've had a couple people try them. They work better than Beats by Dr. Dre. Or Beats by Dre or whatever. And I know a lot of people swear on Beats. A lot of people think they're great. These $12 earbuds work way better.
Apologies about that. Really big apologies about that. We had some technical difficulties downstairs trying to get everything set up. What we're going to be doing is, at this point, we're about to. What are you doing?
Taking a photo.
You're on film. This can hear you.
We need photos, don't
Yes, we can hear you. So
Hi,
what we're gonna be
Stevie's
doing is we're gonna
mom.
be launching that server, Bridget. Go ahead. We're in 3 minutes, I'd say.
I accidentally made it one as a player, so now we have to wait.
Oh man.
That's fine.
Oh man, I need to charge my controller.
But Stevie,
Charging the entire time.
quick question because
Yes.
quick question because it slipped my mind. How are we gonna invite Intech to the party?
That's me.
Okay, all right. Just double checking. You know, me as the caster, in any other sport, the caster is supposed to have the communication with everybody. Yeah. I should probably get Lucid's information or something like that, so in case they have to pull an RH.
I'm still waiting to hear from Oh, he just sent me back. Alright, new update. Lucid's team will be banning Villa.
Villa is another very highly banned map, I have noticed. Now, on the downside for the Crusaders, they definitely have a few tactics worked out for Villa, which do work for other maps, so I will not say, but they're almost unstoppable for Villa, so it is definitely beneficial to Intech for the fact that Villa got banned. Now, Villa has a lot of different points that you have to take into account. It only has 4 objectives, I believe, objective spawns, but with those, Villa is a very difficult map to defend because there are so many different angles, so many different places they can come, the attackers can come, and then on the attacking side, there are so many different choices and so many different ways that the defenders could flank you. It is a very, very difficult map to play. But
One thing that I've noticed with that is that when a team knows the map very well, it is almost impossible to get them off.
yes.
Because it's like, when they're on objective, they will stick to it like glue. It's just very difficult.
Yes, and for
How much longer do we have on the timer before we can open up the server? Because we should be doing that at this point.
I have, I believe, another minute. Yeah.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? Now I apologize. I'm just gonna apologize for everybody watching at the moment. This is my first time ever casting.
Whoa, guys, let's go. Update, big update. All right. So the 2 maps that will be played is Bank and Oregon.
Oh, perfect!
Yeah.
That's the perfect one.
My ears.
Ow. My ears.
Dang, Stevie. We know those two in the back of our hands.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so I apologize. Now, Bank and Oregon are probably the most comfortable maps for the Crusaders. Oregon.
Acceptable photo.
Alright.
I set you a photo.
Now what's going on now?
Alright, let's go on a
my
crusade.
phone's
The club
calling.
is gathering us.
Everyone check Snapchat.
Oh,
No,
God.
No.
What,
Oh
what,
my god.
What'd you do? What'd you do?
Good check.
Alright.
Whose phone is
Alright,
ringing?
alright,
Yes.
Stop. Alright, at this point, Bridget, that server needs to get up.
Yep, it
right
is
now.
up. It is up.
I think no, it's can't contact.
I sent you an invite, Jade X,
Alright,
Stevie.
everybody
for it.
should. Yeah.
Rebel Trooper, you need to get on the other team. Because,
Alright, let me-
wait, yeah, blue team is the first team, correct? Yes,
Yeah.
it is, yeah. I had to think about that.
Everyone remember we have to take a photo of ourselves playing for the school. So, just post it in the thing.
Put it in.
Snapchat.
Okay, so an update. We're still waiting on the bank for veto, for the map veto, but we will be on Oregon. We are going to be attacking first.
Oh, you know what I
So
just
that'll be match
realized?
2. What's wrong?
I didn't change the map.
Do that real quick while you have the chance. Do it.
How did... Oh, you can. Nope, that's gameplay.
Perfect.
How do you...
Alright, everyone who's got their...
Nope, how do you
chips in.
do? How do you do? How do you do?
Yeah.
Match options. There we go.
Why isn't Joe or Stevie in this?
I sent them both invites.
You said what?
Hang on.
It's not...
Invite to the thing. Hang on. I got you.
Alright, yeah, I'm joining. Sorry, Joey, you too.
It's not letting
I
me
was
change.
getting this thing. Oh, Bridget, you know why?
Because I already made it. I know.
Uh,
Well, you told me to do that.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to close out of this one, and Bridget,
Jesus.
you're gonna have to make another one.
Which I have to wait
Sorry.
5 minutes for.
I'll just tell her we're running like just a couple minutes late, and we'll get going. Sorry, guys, for who are watching the stream. We're having technical
Yep.
difficulties. So again, map 1 is going to be Bank. Map 2 is going to be Oregon.
Edit playlist. House. Oregon.
Bad stuff.
Bank.
All right, Matt. Seriously.
What am I doing?
All right, at this point, we're about to hit 5 o'clock, and then we're basically, we're gonna get everybody in this party. We're gonna get, and I don't want anybody talking except for me, Bridget, and the other team's captain. That's it. I don't want to hear a word out of anybody else. All right? We got this, guys. Just remember that because I gotta be able to communicate with him.
For the last time. I'm just waiting for them.
I just can't increase the party size. That's right. 8 is the max. So I'm gonna invite Lucid. Where is he?
Everybody could just leave.
No.
More game chat.
Actually,
Because you guys are leaving
no, we
anyway.
can't play game chat. Yeah, no, that might work. Yeah. At this point, I'd like my team to leave the party. Cam, I would like you to make another party. Make sure it's private and invite everybody, including me, and I will join you once we have everything set up. All right?
Copy that.
Thank you. All right, I'll see you guys in a moment. So, for the stream who's watching at this point, Cam and Anthony, Matt, and Joyce are leaving the party. All right, so it's just me and you, Bridget.
Yes, it is.
Oh, Dave is the that person, Dare FPS. He's Lucid. That's the
Oh,
captain.
okay. I will
That makes it
accept
easy.
that then. I'm gonna
He
accept
must
that
have found
on
you. He
this.
must have searched our team and
Probably.
saw your stream.
Probably. Which, yeah, just, I mean, send him an invite.
Yeah, no, Dare, FPS. Oh wait, did you suggest him?
No, but I can.
Yeah, just suggest him for me if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Alright, let me know when you do that.
Yep, done. Alright. I can set this up in a minute. And the first map is going to be Bank.
We are also attacking first on Bank as well. Yes.
Oh, so that is a very plus.
We're they must feel confident on defense. But alright, they're joining, he's joining, we will contact and get underway with that. Alright. And I will just confirm the details with him once he joins the party.
Yes.
Hi everybody who's watching. I don't know how many people we have, but thank you guys so much for making the match. We are about to start. Again, apologies for the delay. It's just, it takes a lot of effort.
Hello and welcome.
What's up?
Nothing much. Alright, so it's just you, me, and Bridget, who is our commentator for today. She's setting up a custom game as we speak. So, just so HSEL can see it on stream, to confirm it one more time, the very first map we're going to be playing is Bank, where we will be attacking first, followed by Oregon, where we will also be attacking first.
Alright, both attacks. Alright, cool.
Yes. Alright, so Lucid, if you would like to invite the rest of your team.
Yeah, I'll invite him right now.
Alright.
Perfect. Yeah, no, if you can make the game, Bridget, and then invite me and Lucid, and then we'll invite all the members in there.
I already invited Camshaft, Oregon, and Rebel Trooper. I invited you as well.
So, at this point, I'm presuming you already have a party chat running with your other teammates, Lucid?
Yeah.
Alright, perfect. So you'll just be able to jump right back into that. And we will talk again, I believe, once we are at the halfway mark.
Alright.
Yes, we will.
I'm going to leave myself, so best of luck to you guys, and we will start as soon as everybody's in.
Good luck to both of you.
Good luck to you guys, too.
Thank you very much.
Alright.
Alright, peace.
Goodbye. Alright. So, to everyone watching at home, on the orange side, we have the Defenders, who is Team Intech, and then on the left side, the blue side, who are attacking first, we have the Crusaders. So, again, the first map we will be playing is Bank. Bank is a very, very good choice for the Crusaders, as currently that is one of their strongest maps. Bank and Oregon, actually, are their two, I'd say, most strong maps. That is definitely going to help them. But it could also hurt them, because if Intech is deciding that they would like to defend first, then they definitely, or they most likely are going to be confident in the fact that they would like to defend first. So I'm going to start this now. And it's going to be interesting who we have first. Alright. Now, probably the most banned in North America, I'd say right now, is Habana. Habana and Echo, for both attacker and defender. Which is interesting. Alright, so Blackbeard has been banned. Blackbeard has recently been getting a lot of nerfs. His bulletproof shield, when he first came out as an operator, had 800 health, and then it was bumped down to, I believe, 200, and then bumped down to 80. And then Blitz, being the second attacker to be banned, is also very smart on the Crusader side, because Blitz is a very hard operator to go up against, definitely. Mira is smart to ban, especially on map, is because there is a lot of different places and a lot of very hard to defend places that you could possibly put up with mirrors, one-way shield, one-way window, sorry. And then Frost is interesting because Frost only has bear traps, and she's not that big of a threat unless you know how to really play her. So defending first, we have lockers and CCTV, which is definitely a first pick for a lot of people. We have here that tactic that I was talking about earlier that Crusaders are doing very well on, is the Glaz Monty. Now, I personally think it is a very, very powerful, and they are bringing back the Maverick that is almost religiously played. So first off, oops, sorry, backwards. They are all the way in the basement, and they are reinforcing like crazy. Actually, these are some interesting reinforcements. This is not something I normally see with CCTV. I'm also expecting them to put down a rotation hole between these 2 points. That is your easiest way to get between your A and B bomb sites. Now we have a Valkyrie who is very, very powerful on this map because there are some very secret places that you can hide your black eye, which I believe Lucid does not know about. The Jaeger that we have played here is going to be very, very crucial when it comes to those ADS systems. Hopefully, Flurb Gaming will have placed them in the proper areas. Those active defense system, or ADS, are going to be very handy because we have the Ying. And it seems as though JadeX was the first to go. So Glaz is no longer a threat. Now we have this mute, which is very handy to definitely stop those thermite charges. And the Rook is definitely handy, just for some extra armor. But so that Legion is interesting because Legion is not normally played on Pro League just because his recent nerf, his goo mines were taken from 8 damage per second to 4 damage per second, which makes him less of a threat and more of a nuisance. So what I see, the Maverick is doing some interesting things. He's going to try and break down this hatch, see what he can see. And the Ying is going to be taking it very slowly down the stairs and see if he can get off some quick shots. We have some gun trades. We have some shots fired. A lot of pre-firing off on Camshaft. And Camshaft is going to be headshotted directly. Quick shot, it is now a 2v5. The Jaeger is severely hurt. It is a 1v5 with Monty being the last one. So Monty's either going to have to push, which is going to be very hard because there's 5. He's going to back himself in that corner to try and stay away. And he is going to get nitro-celled, giving the first win to Intech. There have been some recent glitches with Monty. His shield is almost never where it should be. So the next round we have we have Crusaders switching it up a bit with JDX going Nomad, and we have Intech switching it up a lot, switching out their Valkyrie and quite a couple more. Alright, never mind. Rook took that 6th pick. So I'm interested to see what Crusaders are going to do with the Alibi, because Alibi is something they don't see very often. Now, alright. So Intech is going Archives and Tellers, which is another very popular. It is actually... JDX should have stuck with the glass, and he should have taken from the windows, because if somebody's peeking through that little door, any of those doors really, it is very easy to be picked off one by one as a defender. But that's not something they're willing to risk. So, alright, Legion was going to make a peek hole, but decided not to. And they decided to reinforce instead, which is alright. So Bank Tellers is an interesting place to go. At first, for the sole reason that those metal detectors are very handy. If somebody's trying to push, it is very easy to also kind of get the drop on them, because metal detectors go off, you pick them off because it alerts everybody where you are. Most people will double back after they see that or hear that, but you get those few who won't. Now, we have Ying backing up, and JDX goes down again. We have the Caveira was the one that picked off. And Caveira is doing an interesting, not many people use Caveira with the shotgun. Majority of the time, if they use a gun, they'll use her SMG. And wow. That Caveira was very good. Picking off, there was very good communication, definitely, between both parts. And I have a feeling that this is going to be a very interesting match for the Crusaders. So I do not expect that Intech is going to change their tactics much, because if it's been working, you know what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But they do end up changing it anyway. We see Flurb Gaming sticking with the Caveira, but almost everybody else has changed, except for Willie. Willie is sticking with Legion. He seems to be a Legion main. Now, it's interesting that the Crusaders are not changing very much, because their tactics have not been working. So, the Intech team does not have very many places left to go. With the kitchen and office, or not kitchen, I apologize for that, the 2 office rooms being the last place they can go at the moment. And now, the office rooms are slightly more difficult because you have those hatches above, which the Maverick will almost definitely try to abuse. But it's interesting that they're not picking any anti-hard breachers, because if you had, say, a Kaid, those electro claws would be very handy with electrifying those hatches so that it would make it tougher for the Maverick. Tougher for the Maverick to be able to use the Surrey torch to get through them. Now we have this glass making contact and getting the first kill. It seems that JadeX is coming back. And he gets the first blood off on that Caveira, so they do not have to worry about being snuck on from behind. JadeX is going to drone it out for that Monty and collect the so very valuable intel. And he's going to fumble a little bit, but that's alright. Now he's going to see this Legion. His drone got shot out, but that's alright. He has intel. That Legion, even though he's been drone, he's going to push. Or no, he's not going to push, he's going to hold, and he's going to take that, making the entire team going down those single stairs back down. And he gets off about health now. What is he? And JadeX gets the Legion. Now this is very interesting. It almost seems like the Legion was baiting him, which could very well have been true. Or he was just trying to be tactical and it just backfired in his face. It happens, but currently Thatcher is the only one who has full health, which is very interesting. That Thatcher has not. Oh, there he goes, and Rebel Trooper gets off a kill and gets injured in the process after trading. And he doubles back, and JadeX is planting the diffuser. He does not fake, which he probably should have. Yep, and Lucid gets him. But Monty backed himself into a corner, which is absolutely the most perfect strat, because unless anybody has any nitro cells at all, that Monty is not moving. And it almost seems like he's calling for backup. Oh, alright. Oh, he's by himself, and he kills him. But does he have enough time to defuse the bomb? He does not. And if he does, it is just enough. And the defenders won. He had just enough time. If he had waited even 1 second, he would have lost. That Monty should have backed himself into a corner and turned himself to the right just a little bit more. But it's game all about adjustments. Now hopefully the Crusaders will learn from their mistakes and they will adapt and they will go with a different tactic. Whether it be approaching from a different angle or using different attackers. And they do one different attacker. That Monty strategy apparently was not working for Deadshot. But will he be able to play well as that Hibana is the question. Now that the team in tech has been doing very well, I would like to sit down and have a chat and ask how well they've been training, how long they've been training for. Because at the moment, it seems like they've been training for a while, whether it be separately or apart, and whether it be just the fact that they have more skill in general, or maybe they can adapt better, whichever it may be. And it seems like that Doc was talking to the Valkyrie, telling them that they need to put their black eyes, which I completely missed. But one of the most popular places to put those black eyes is actually on the ceiling of that server room. And then a lot of people enjoy putting them, whether it be on the back of the police car that's back there, whatever else. The whole point of black eyes is to get more intel without being seen. Now, Lucid is holding this corner, holding this angle very tightly, which he does not hear anything currently other than his own teammates running. So he is going to... And he gets the kill on both Rebel Trooper and Deadshot. They both were repelling at the same time, and they just couldn't back up far enough. This game is definitely a very noise-based game. Now, Lucid is not going to change, because he definitely has no issue.
I'm reloading.
And that Legion has gotten into a trade-off with both Maverick and Jackal. And the Rook is also taking damage, leaving the Maverick by himself. Interesting. Now, I do know that the JX has not played Maverick very long, and he gets nitro-celled. Tough luck on Jade. Oh, he was at just the right amount of health. That would have only damaged him if he was at full. Unfortunately, the Crusaders are currently going 0-4, and the round will switch at 6 rounds, and the Crusaders will be able to defend for 6 rounds. Unless the Intech team can continue to clutch it, in which case, at round 7, which is just 2 more rounds, if the Crusaders have not won 1 round, it will be a very, very short game with an 0-7. It will be a very unfortunate loss on the Crusaders' behalf, but a very fortunate win on Intech. Now, because this is only preseason, there will still be another match. And because there will still be another match, excuse me. Regardless if Intech wins or loses this entire match, they will still have to go up against Crusaders in a second match. If they tie it up, they both will be moving on. They both will get points according to how they won.
Claw is on.
And they both will compete again. Not against each other, but in the future, if they tie it up, that will open it up for them playing together in the future. Now this Doc. Oh! Doc and Ying trading fires. And that Ying, they backed up. Alright, I did not think that the Ying was going to live through that. The Ying Cam is at about 15 health. Now, because they don't have any support like Doc on the attacking side, he is going to be a very short straw. And if he could very well lose any match from any side of the team. And Argon goes down. Nomad goes down. Jadex goes down. And currently, Thermite, Monty, and Ying are... I redact that statement. Monty and Ying are the last two. Ying at about 15 health, and Monty exactly what he's doing. This is going to be very difficult. It is a 2v5. But with this... It is a 1v5. I wasn't sure what strategy was happening there. Now Doc did sim himself. Oh, and Cam drops. Oh, he gets off a couple shots. And he gets headshotted. Unfortunately for Cam, very fortunate for Lucid. There is only one round until they switch, and hopefully the Crusaders can turn this around. Now, Gridlock is one of the newer. She came out. Gridlock and Mozzie, I apologize, both came out a couple weeks ago, and now they are allowed in ESL and HSEL, sorry. But a lot of people don't play them because they're so new. There hasn't really been time to get comfortable with these operators, which Gridlock is already. Ubisoft is already looking to nerf Gridlock just because her LMG, her light machine gun, when you put on that 2x scope, her gun has almost no recoil, which now for Cam is going to be very handy because a gun with almost no recoil, you line it up on the head, you don't have to worry about that recoil control, and you don't have to worry about big lag spike. You don't have to worry about pulling down on your joystick. You don't have to worry about absolutely anything. Now this Echo, I believe, is going to throw one of them. Oh, no. Echo is going to spawn peek. And sees nothing and goes back inside. That is something I have not seen before. But let's see what these attackers are doing. Zofia, played by Argon, is currently repelling. I believe going to take a skylight entrance. Yes, I am correct. And now, if Zofia sees something, they'll most likely throw down one of those impacts, because stunning them and then being able to get a better headshot is way more easy than having to fight. And Sam Fisher takes out camshafts. So there is no more gridlock, which means no track spikes. Now this Glaz, it's interesting that the Glaz is already inside, because Glaz is usually one of those hangs back type and takes things slowly and approaches more carefully and more tactically. But he seems to have an interesting strategy, which hopefully works out for the better. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. In the meantime, Rebel Trooper is still outside, I believe waiting for further instruction. And Willie takes out Argon. Oh. Rebel sees. And backs away. Alright. So currently they're trying to take it very slow. This Jaeger is gonna run into somebody else. And he's gonna run into Jade X. Alright. How is this gonna play out? So what Jade X is gonna do. Reloading. Oh. I believe what Jade X is gonna do, if he does not back away, is he's going to wait and he's gonna make that huge push. Which he does. They trade fire. A nitro goes right down in front of him. And Jade X is at almost 8 health. Somebody looks at him the wrong way. He's going down like that. Unfortunately, he could not get his teammate up in time. And both Rebel Trooper and Pokedex lose the round. Now it is time for the switch up. And I almost guarantee you that the Crusaders are going to go archives first. Alright, I am wrong. They are going Executive Lounge first. Actually switching it up from what I normally know them to play. Now, Deadshot is a fairly new player, so it makes sense that he would go Mute, because Mute is one of the most crucial to play on Bank if you're in Archives, because there's so many different places that those drones can come through and just absolutely mess everything up. So you put those Mute jammers down in front of reinforcements, in front of doors. It stops thermite charges, it stops Hibana charges, and it just full-on stops drones. So the Crusaders have been working with the Executive Lounge so much. They have this down. So hopefully, they will be able to pull this off. Now these two rooms, what's great about them is all of the soft walls that they have in these two rooms, it takes 10 reinforcements. So that's perfect for a team of 5. And then you have the Kaiju, who has his Electro Claws, who has the impact, who can throw down that rotation hole, which is a little high. But it's functional. And hopefully they pull this off. Because if Intech gets even one more win, it is game over for the Crusaders, making this a very quick game. And it seems that Intech is pushing already. They have a track which is going to stop them from being able to push. But the Crusaders have an Echo, which is going to throw them off. With the concussion, Gridlock is kind of putting off pre-fire, trying to scare them away from the hole so they can get quick headshots. Buck is doubling back, seeing if he can flank from a different side, and is going to get severely hurt. Well, Jack was going to get severely hurt. He traded fire with a couple people. Kai's Cam is very hurt as well. And he gets headshotted. Now this is definitely going to be a fast round. Oh. We've got Mute taking one down. Deadshot oh, and he gets the Gridlock. But the Fuser's been planted is a 2v1, and they are pinning him down with all of the fire, all of the pre-fire, not knowing what's happening. Deadshot is hiding in his corner, but he has to defuse as well as kill both of these people, and can he do it? He does not. Unfortunately, Intech has won, giving them the first win. Now there's another match that will be back, but Lucid and his team has won the first match. Now I would like to come in with both Lucid and JadeX to hopefully talk about the two teams, how well they've been training, and what's going to happen. And hopefully they'll be okay to join us. Now, as much as I would love to say that I know a lot about Intech, I do not. So seeing this type of playstyle, how aggressive it was, but how tactical it was on the other end, it's something.
Hello?
Hello, welcome.
You're welcome. Thanks.
So I have invited JadeX back. Hopefully he will join in a minute, and I just wanted to kind of ask for people watching at home to see.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. To see, how much have you been training with your team, if you don't mind me asking?
To be honest, not much.
Really?
Like, it was like last minute, yeah. So it's only been like a few days. But with this specific team, at least. So yeah, it's only been like a couple of weeks.
Technical difficulties. Whoa, dude, well played.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, we were not ready for that. Alright, so, second match is
Oregon. Yes.
Yeah.
Currently set to bank.
Yep, I just changed it.
Alright.
Alright, so I was just asking Lucid here how much he's been training with his team.
Considering the level 286, I'm curious myself. Jesus. 82, and I'm the highest on my team.
Or is only my first account.
I see.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, you guys had that down to a system. Like, that was beautiful.
That was definitely very good communication. I almost wish I could have heard you guys.
So, we'll leave to set up the new one, because Bridget, the current custom game you're hosting is Bank.
I actually left
Yeah, it says
that.
bank still.
So I am starting another one.
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll tell everyone actually, no, I can't, I'm not in the party anymore.
Yeah,
Just start up a new one and send invites to
Yep.
everybody, and we should be good.
Yes, I will definitely.
Do you have, how many hours have you been practicing? Because I gotta say, that was so well executed.
With this specific team, it's only been like a few days. It was kind of like last minute. But, you know, me, myself, for a while.
I can understand. That was very impressive. You had an insane KDR. That was beyond impressive.
I will say you did
Thanks.
carry a lot for your team.
Yeah. I thought they were saying, like, oh shit. I mean, it's fine though. Teamwork.
Alright, so we're in Oregon. I'm gonna head back to the other party.
Alright.
Best of luck to you guys in round
Best
two.
of luck to both of you.
Alright. Thank you, you too. Peace.
And I'll see you guys after the match.
Alright.
Alright. So while we are waiting for everybody to join, our second match, Oregon, is drastically different from Bank. Bank is more of a, not quite as bad as Villa, but Bank is a very long range. Now Oregon is very, very close range. It is close knit. Everything is close together because it's a small map. But we're going to see how this plays out because Bank was also Crusaders' most comfortable. Oregon is, I will say, the very first map that I learned. And I'd say that I definitely know this map pretty well, but let's see how well both of our competing teams know. Hopefully it's not as short as the last match is, but I really do hope that both of these teams do very well. Now, as we heard, Lucid's team has barely trained together, which is interesting. Now, I do know that Lucid being level 200 or higher definitely has some play because the highest team on the Crusaders is only level 85, I believe. Now, while that is definitely a drastic difference in skill and levels in general, it is also, it just goes to show how much dedication people put into games like Rainbow, because this game, honestly, is very addicting. And a lot of people play this game with their friends like this and compete because they have so much fun in this game. And it's amazing how many people enjoy a game so much that they are willing to compete. People are willing to put money on the line just to be able to have fun with their friends. Now, Monty being banned first is interesting because the Crusaders do very well with Monty. But I suppose Blitz, there it is. Now, with 2 shield operators being banned, 2 primary shield operators being banned, I apologize, it is going to be interesting on who they're gonna have. Oh, Rook. And I'd imagine another defender would possibly be Kaid, because Kaid is one of the biggest threats. Now, I do know that Monty is actually one of the top 5 in North America to be picked, and they do not ban an operator. That is extremely confusing. I have never seen anybody not ban an operator before. But Monty, while he does have a very high pick rate, he has a very low ban rate, which Monty is actually a very